Hey guys, and welcome to my very first video. My name's Jen, aka Lux Nails, and I decided to make this video on how I do my nails at home because a few people asked me. Actually, just like 2 people asked me. But regardless, I'm going to show you a super easy way to get a salon manicure at home. I know a lot of you guys are stuck at home because of quarantine just like me, and you can't get to, you can't get out and get a manicure. The first thing that I'm doing is I am sizing up all my nails. So for this look, I use a full cover tip by Kiara Sky, but you can use any tip that you want. I linked a cheaper alternative down below. It's just that this tip is made out of gel, so it lasts a lot longer and it's a lot stronger. So once I get to the pinkies in the Kiara Sky, I actually have to use the cheaper alternative because for whatever reason, Kiara Sky pinkies are way too big on me. So you'll notice that I'm like digging in the box for the other ones that I'm looking for. And so once I get all that picked out, we're gonna get to prepping our nails. You can see I use the medium almond jelly tips from Kiara Sky. Okay, so the first step when it comes to prepping your nails is pushing back your cuticles. You want to do this gently with the rounder side. And then with this other side, if you have some like dead skin on the side, you can use that to like scrape it up and scrape anything else from the back of the nails. Once I get done with that, I actually use a cuticle bit on my nail drill to scrape up and get rid of the rest of the cuticle. Everything that I'm using, including this cuticle pusher, in this video can be found linked below. And if I'm not mistaken, this drill was less than $20. And I bought the cuticle bits separately. Usually these things come with their own set of bits, but they're not really ones that anybody uses. So usually I have to go and like buy different ones. It's super satisfying to watch this thing go around and just get rid of all the cuticles. After I push back all the cuticles, use my drill bit, I go ahead and I wipe off any of the dust with an alcohol wipe. There's alcohol in this spray bottle, and I spray it on a lint-free cloth, and then I use that to wipe off all the dead skin and dust. At this point, I have a couple little pieces that, I might nip off with these cuticle nippers. I'm not a professional with this, so I don't usually cut my cuticles that often. It kind of freaks me out a little bit, and I have like cut my fingers a few times, so I really don't like to do this unless it's absolutely necessary. Feel free to do that if you like to or if you're good at it. But like I said, that's a totally optional step that I'm taking right now. Then after that, I take my nail file on the 180 grit side and I just lightly buff the surface of my nails. This prepares your nails for the gel. If you do any sort of nail extension, acrylic or gel, it doesn't matter. You have to buff the surface of your nail in order for better adhesion. So just do that on both hands. It's hard to tell how much pressure I'm putting in the video, but it's really, really light. I mean, you don't want to buff a layer of your nails off. You're really just scratching the surface. And again, you just want to wipe off any dust. Dust is like the arch enemy of gel. You don't want any dust. Then I am applying my nail dehydrator. This one's from Model 1s, but you can use any one that you like. And this will probably last you a lifetime. They give you a lot. Just make sure not to get any on the skin. You just want it on the nail. After that, we do our primer. I'm using the Young Nails Protein Bond. Honestly, I can't really tell a difference between this and the Model 1's one that I used to use. This one seems to have like a cult following, so I wanted to try it out. But to be completely honest with you, I can't tell if my nails last any longer when I use this one versus a cheaper one. Next, we want to apply our base coat, and again, I'm using a Model 1's base coat. When I originally started getting into doing my nails at home, I bought a Model 1's kit that came with, a few different polishes, top coat, and base coat, and I really, really love their products. They're affordable, and they work really well, so I use a lot of their stuff. All right, and then this base coat needs to cure for 60 seconds under a UV lamp, and I think under LED it's 120 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. So it'll just depend on what kind of lamp you have. So once we apply the base coat, one thing I forgot to do before applying the base coat was etching the inside of the nails. Um, I'm showing you the builder base that I use. This is by Amelia. Kiara Sky has their own kit. I didn't buy their kit. I just bought their nails because I had this builder gel before that I was using with the cheaper nails. And honestly, it works just fine. So I didn't see the point in spending $200 on Kiara Sky's whole kit when I could get the nail tips for a fraction of the price. So one of the biggest steps in applying these tips and getting them to last long is etching the inside of them. So it kind of is imperative that you have a nail drill. It is possible to do it without one. I've done it with a nail file. It just doesn't come out as even, and you end up kind of bending the nails out of shape. These nail drills are relatively inexpensive, like I said before. I have this one linked down below. I think it was under $20. If not, there are plenty of them out there that are less than $20. So go ahead and finish etching those up. The pinkies are kind of hard to do because the drill doesn't fit. And now I got my fingers all dusty from that, so I'm just going to wipe them off with alcohol and a lint-free cloth again before I go into applying the nail tips. So, you're going to apply the base gel. You're going to wipe off one side of the brush and half of the other side. And you're going to take the brush and just scrape it against the inside of the nail so that you get like a little glob at the base of it. And then you want to just slowly press down from the cuticle all the way down so that you apply even pressure across the nail so that you don't get any air bubbles. If you get air bubbles underneath, it's just going to cause the nail to lift and it's going to come off early. So once you get it under the lamp, you want to just hold it down evenly for about 10 seconds and then you can let go and just keep your hand underneath. I use the 99-second button on my lamp. And that seems to cure this enough so that it's completely cured all the way through. You can flash cure it. I've seen where some people have those little flashy flashlights where they just flash cure it really quickly when they get it on. They put all the nails on and then they stick the whole hand in with the nails on. I don't have one of those, so this is the way that I do it. So it's pretty much the same step for all the nails. You'll notice that I take this hand out and I wipe off my thumb. You have a few seconds. If any of the gel squeezes out of the side, you can wipe it off before it completely cures. Otherwise, you'll have to file it off with your drill or your hand file. It just makes the cuticle area look better and more realistic if you don't have any gel sitting around the edges of your cuticle. And there you have it. All 10 nails done. From here, you can do whatever you like. You can keep them like this or you can paint them. I am going to paint and design them and you'll see that in the next video. If you want to see more videos like this before you leave, be sure to subscribe and hit the like button so you never miss a mani with me. Follow the link on the screen to see the next video where I decorate my nails.